Hello, welcome to my opinion series where I say my opinions about what I like and dislike about everything. So if you hate my opinion, go ahead. You have your own minds to think about and stop following what other people say, even if you agree with them, whatever. So in this video, my sister and I will be talking about Vivzy Pop show, Helluva Boss. And also, I'm not gonna talk about the shorts because I ain't talking about that. However, warning, we will only be talking about our thoughts, so yeah, go watch other videos if you want more commentary about story, whatever.
I am also bad at writing, but I know that Vizzy is a terrible writer due to how I actually like good writing and storytelling.
Yeah, whatever she says. Anyway, on to the video.
Oh, the story. Great!
Just say it!
Jail! This story is not very good, truth be told. Well, sometimes I like the story, mostly the Octavia parts, due to how she is very super complex and is a victim. Fuck you, Anyway, won't put my feelings here yet.
Okay, we're not in a character selection yet.
I feel like the story took a very, very long detour to assassination, which I wanted since I freaking love Assassination Classroom. Definitely recommend. Yeah. And then it went to fucking romance, which confuses me a lot. But I digress. You definitely can make a killer cartoon and make some romance. But my problem is that they made it fully romance.
Booty.
At most of the episodes. I freaking hate Fizzy Pop. Anyway, I believe that is really all. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I believe that is really all of my thoughts. Bye now.
Anyways, now that her rant is over, now for my opinions. I actually used to like the show, and it was,
why
and
are you rating it like that then?
Shut up! And I was the first one to actually find it to show to my sister Masaki to watch. And now look at me. I'm kind of neutral, but I still kind of have hatred. But it's okay. We don't really care if a fuck, right, guys?
Unless why do you rate the show like this?
Shut up! Anyway, I just like those videos. The rant videos, I guess. I am interested in some plot points. However, it cannot be ignored that I am annoyed by mostly the romance and the soulless, but we'll get to that. The show isn't really good as I watched a bunch of shows with good writing. Good writing equals more rewatching, at least in my point of view. I mostly am interested in those quote-unquote kid shows that have mature writing. Unlike some animes. Hey! You know I'm right. Anyway, okay. I think. But then again, I don't really watch anime, so. Mature writing as in not much cursing. That's a joke. And some jokes that are making the opposite of what the story is saying. Because that's logic. Has been Hotel saying that, oh, angel dust, yada yada. And then we have Serpentious getting essayed, whatever. Yeah, we totally love those jokes.
Season 1 is actually my favorite until we get to really right now. Continue. Until we get to episode 3, that one Veraska episode. So anyway, episode 1 through 2 aren't great, but episode 1 is a good start, which I wanted due to the killings.
Like I met the pilot as a start, but okay.
Which I've mentioned in the intro. Episode 2 is alright due to my girl being there, but then Stolas being a bad dad in person came along, and I hated it. Episode 3 is where I hated it the most due to the SA joke they did with Moxie. And shut up, because I know y'all are gonna probably say, but I'm sure you've never been through that, so you shouldn't be saying anything. Shut up, because I actually am a victim of SA / child-on-child sexual assault. So shut up. The 4th and 5th episodes were okay and weren't really that good. At first, I liked episode 6 because until we got to the Stola scene, to be honest. You'll hear my opinion about the stupid bird later. Episodes 7 through 8 are something, and it's kind of the downfall of the show for me due to how I actually liked the idea of 7 deadly sins, but instead, they did something I didn't like, which was not making them 7 deadly sins, like gluttony being not gluttonous and not encouraging Blitzo to do more, and lust apparently in season 2 likes consent for some reason, even though that's not how lust works, but I digress.
However, despite actually watching the show, I only remember watching 5 episodes. However, did not watch the 4th, 7th, and 8th episode. Mostly because I didn't care for the episodes that weren't about killing, because I used to only like that back then. Though my full thoughts on season 1...
Why didn't you like the romance?
Romance is okay. I don't really give a fuck about that, because like...
Ships.
I don't give a fuck. Anyway, boo-hoo. Anyway, though my full thoughts on season 1 is good. I really liked how the story went. Girl, if you don't stop.
You did it to me first.
No. Anyway, however, I didn't really think the main relationship, yes, main, was important. However, that'll be in the relationship sections or not. I don't care. My thoughts are not really much. However, the joke in episode 3 was really not needed, as it makes no sense even if that they're type of demon. Also, even if they are succubus, I don't think I've seen media where they do sexual assault, but if there is some, put it in the comics or something. In media, for some reason, they are portrayed mostly for flirting and tricking their victims or whatever. But then again, I think I've seen media where they just, do something to the victim, but I digress. However, they did show how succubus are in the show. However, that joke wasn't needed. Not sure why it was portrayed as a joke. And I'll say it again, SA jokes are and will never be funny. You suck.
Great. The worst season ever! Anyway, episode 1 makes no sense due to how the frick are they childhood friends? Like, what the fuck are you what do you fuck you mean, busy? Episode 2. Bro, I'm not even gonna say it because I already know. You already know I freaking hate Stulis. Episode 3. The only good thing was the song in this episode. Not the Shark Axis song. The song in the background of Millie. And by the way, that isn't character development to Millie. So shut the fuck up.
She's just protecting her husband.
It's not character development if she already acted like that before. Episode 4 is where they ruined Stryker's character. Bro. Now on to episode 5. Yay! Frick the shower.
Why is there incest?
You know, the little ending credits where everyone thought they were brothers and sisters, remember?
I remember watching the ending and felt disgusted
because everyone knows you're fucking siblings. Like, it doesn't make it right that we're husbands still. We're married though.
But they don't know that. They're children watching you kiss together.
And now they're gonna think it's okay. Where was I?
Episode
6 through 7 are, yeah. Like, bro, what the fuck is this? But since I can't really talk about characters still, I'll talk about my opinions later. Episode 8 through 9 will be the end because, oh boy! I have a lot to say about that bull. Anyway, episode 10 was okay, but making the voice actor do the story instead
and show that is better. But okay, I digress.
Episode 11 is not good. Another incest joke, but at least the song was okay. Plus, remember, I don't like how Vib does the 7 deadly sins. Episode 12 is not a good character growth to the characters, but good for Octavia. She deserves to leave Stolas.
I don't really have much to say as I haven't watched a lot of season 2. As when I first saw the first episode, I didn't like that route because I was very confused. And also because it just started.
But it was a flashback.
Flashback to what? Nothing interesting. TBH. It was nothing interesting. I don't really care if they're childhood friends. Should have hinted that earlier in season 1, but okay, I digress. But that would be in relationship section. I digress. Unless I forget, I digress. However, as a person who hasn't seen much of season 2, it's pretty boring as it's mostly romance and I don't really give a fuck about that. Like, does anyone really care about the Stolas and Blitzel thing? No one.
Well, I do. I ship them.
Yeah, 'cause you read BL with SA. Don't lie.
Oh.
You can't be saying shit. Don't lie. Though for the finale, I don't know, 'cause for episode before the finale, why didn't Stolas tell the truth? As it'll make him not lose anything. But for some reason, drama. And also it didn't make sense for the imps to be angry at Stolas because he saved one of theirs. And you can tell by the tone of my voice that I totally care about what I'm talking about. Anyway, next. Hello, we're testing. Anyway, the first character, we have a Stolas. What a character. He is interesting as he has not even changed from season 1. Come on, if you really think about it, he did not change, nor did not change his ways towards others. If you're planning to make a story where people change, don't do what the writers did for Stolas, as Stolas is nothing but a liar. How do people...
And hypocrite.
I don't know how to spell that in the script, but okay. How do people even support this type of writing? And no, do not say, oh, but it's an indie show. Well, we have Glitch, who made a bunch of other shows without making bad characters. Wow, what a shocker. Also, there are other channels who made their own indie shows that actually made it better. Also, Stolas is a character where you can see him in a classical BL essay story, and you cannot deny that. Anyway,
but he treats Blitzel as a person.
Bitch, where? Season 2? Season 2 is where, like, after.
But they were childhood best friends.
Bitch, it was not hinted. Anyway, next is Blitzel. Even if I felt bad for Blitzel, there are some character traits that are out of whack. However, he is a better character because he is like an actual character that changes and progresses throughout the show, but for some reason the show wants to reverse his character errors. Then also the show wants to continue to make him as a bad character even though we already know. And also Stolas is always gonna be shown as a uwu character, and yes, I said uwu. Anyway, on to his ex-wife. Poor Stella. Do not say that. I will bitch smack you. Anyway, poor Stella. Stella is a character who could have done more, but for some reason they made up the character just for Stella to be a plain bitch. And if you know who I'm talking about her twin brother, which will be next. If you can't write... They're not twins?
No. That's her older brother.
Ah! Wait, what?
That's her older brother.
What is up with the older siblings having incest? Or I mean, older people having incest. Anyway, if you can't write a woman with some character, no point in making women in the show with a quote-unquote character growth. Also, we could have paid more attention to her, but we didn't as her quote... because we have like her quote-unquote brother, which wasn't even there or hinted at. When did we even get to the point?
Like in her like fan art crystal.
Fan art.
And in the live show she used.
We did not. If you're doing that for like info, that's not a good story.
Sure.
Like, you have to tell me that I have to look for Gravity Falls. I can understand that because they actually explain the story and shit, and you can actually buy the books.
Yeah, but Stella's still a mean person. Either way, she can't.
I would have bitch slapped my husband if he cheated on me. Also, you're telling me that okay. So if you were Stella, yes, I hate the trope. I hate when people say, if you were this person, yada yada. But for realsies, your husband cheated on you with a man because you're mean.
But I would have still, like, taken care of them because they're the gays.
Bitch, no one gives a fuck.
So I want to add, if Blitzel was a woman, yes, I'm using this because y'all, I know y'all like the fucking SABL, but if Blitzel was a woman and Stolas did that to him, you would be on Stella's side, wouldn't you?
Also, cheating cannot be condoned as good, guys. Come on. Octavia, their daughter, who should have been the main character because she is more relatable to younger audiences, and the show seems like younger audiences type. Because
even though you said it was not for kids, you still promoted to kids.
Yeah, because for some reason, there's a kid who is 8 years old who watched the show. Yes.
Maybe fan art.
For some reason. However, since this is a classical BL with essay and the story is trying to make the characters likable, she gets nothing and is seen as isn't seen as a child with trauma. Octavia as a character is just sad and just shows in the fandom, the way they treat Octavia just shows how real life children who go through what they see of their parents arguing and shit, it clearly says that, oh, what you're feeling is invalid or whatever, because clearly your parents did something better, whatever. And we like that, guys, totally. And in season 1, she is clearly uncomfortable with how her father is just flirting with Blitzo, which also that's the man.
He also did that in front of her, by the way.
And it's just reasonable for some reason. Like, what the hell, story?
It's played off as a joke.
That's not. I thought it was serious, but okay. The story, in my point of view, paints it as a negative light of her point of view for some reason. We have Blitzo's daughter. Luna has no character. She's just a piece where Octavia can talk to in season 2, and we barely get any scenes with them. Also, anger issues. Also, she's the one who defended Stolas, even though that's not how it works, as she does not know him as a person or nor what he does, and probably is going off of what Blitzel thinks or something, even though Blitzel don't give a fuck, I think. And then we have Millie and Moxie. I think it's Millie, right?
Yeah.
Millie's just the stand-up for a badass woman. However, what else is there? As like that character is very boring. That should be seen in one episode, and that's it. Nothing much to say about these two. It's like gender bend with semi different personalities, and rather vicious, whatever. Her brother Stella's brother is just gay Elsa. And also, that's not how gay people hide their sexuality.
They don't love their sibling.
They don't quote unquote love their sibling. And I didn't even know he was gay. Are we just giving these sexualities random ass thing? I don't. What? Oh wait. I was about to say there was no straight until I remember Millie and Moxie. And we have
Actually, Moxie is bisexual.
Oh, we have bisexual. We clearly tell what type she does not like. And by the way, I am pansexual. Do not take this the wrong way. We have Asmodeus. He's the lust guy.
Listen.
He's okay. I don't really care, I guess.
Since I want to save Stolas for last, we'll be going backwards this time, but from the Moxie and Millie thing. Basically, Millie is just a badass girl. Then there's her character development with quotes, and the character development I am talking about is from the last episode where it showed pregnancy. Yes, I do not like that, and I don't care if some of you are gonna say, but that's not technically character development because we're gonna be all sad, blah blah blah.
Oh, I honestly forgot she was pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant from the last episode.
I honestly didn't hint to that.
Yeah, it made no sense, but from Vizzy's point of view, I guess that's from character development. For Vizzy only, apparently, or some of y'all who are dumb. But I'm not saying kids are dumb, since kids are kids. And then there's Moxie. He's just a submissive male wife. That's all. I have no words, but I say stuff anyway. Basically, Luna is a terrible role model for Octavia. And I hear how she fucking abused Blitz, but then says, yeah, he's definitely a good dad in that one episode when she finds Octavia near that one building.
Literally kicks him in the balls.
Literally. Like, bro, why do most of, not all Disney characters are freaking hypocrites? And I'm not saying you can have one or more hypocrite characters. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that she excuses their actions instead of giving them consequences like they should have when they are hypocritical. On to the next character, I guess. I'll be skipping Octavia. Wait. We're skipping Octavia as well because I want to save her for second last because I have a lot for Stolas. Stella. Damn you, freaking busy! Bro, she could have developed Stella so much. But of course, she doesn't know how to develop anything. But overall, Stella deserves better. But she is an example of character assassination due to how she could and would never get development. Great. Blitz. Blitzo is a bad character. Just because I hate Stolas doesn't mean I love Blitz. And think, oh, he could never do wrong. He's so ooh-woo. No, I'm not freaking delusional, by the way. I won't talk about him and Stolas due to Kryzuko saying we should talk about ships later, which is mostly where I'm gonna put some of my Blitzel rants.
And it's very long on the script.
Shush!
Like that.
Shush. Okay.
It's like
on to Octavia. Octavia, my queen!
Okay.
She deserves so much better due to how she is technically mentally abused by Stolas, due to how he basically ditched her, even though he said he wouldn't. And Stella isn't better. She basically left her own child and also mentally broke her due to how she wouldn't let Octavia talk to her dad. Blitzo also has a fucking part in this due to how he and Stolas cheated and ruined Octavia's life of not having a freaking loving family like Stolas said. And frankly, I hope she stays away from Stolas and should definitely stay away from him and cut him off fully. But we all know Disney wouldn't listen to criticism of this and ignore my advice, which is very sad. Yay. Yeah, yes. I can talk about this monster of a character. First off, fuck Stolas. And what do you mean? Oh yeah, I've always what? Oh yeah, I've always wanted to protect Octavia. When, bro, you left her with divorced parents and left her with a freaking imp. I mean, what? Left her for a freaking imp. Next would be how he is seen as a love interest to Blitz, even though I don't want to freaking hear it about Blitz, but whatever, because at this point, y'all are delusional. Plus, the way Vizzy portrays Stolas as a victim instead of a freaking monster, because what do you mean? Yeah, this is how good people should act. I'm not saying that Vizzy is saying that. Also, I don't feel bad for Stolas. Like, oh yeah, he takes happy pills. And sure, this sounds like Stolas. This sounds like I want Stolas to die, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Vizzy has a terrible way of portraying a quote-unquote broken and traumatic character. And I wish I could like Stolas, but I know Vizzy won't change him because she can't change herself due to the criticism she does on Twitter.
Also, I felt like you shouldn't be taking happy pills if you're actually very happy with your daughter. Just saying.
No, that was when he was like depressed. So after the Ozzy situation.
No, didn't he take that before?
Oh yeah, when with the like Stella thing. I forgot about that.
You know when they, arguing.
Hey, that's my balloon.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, aren't you gonna talk about the?
Oh yeah, I also have to talk about the deadly sins. We're not gonna talk about the other ones where they showed up in the Satan episode because we don't have real development of them and we haven't seen their characters. But I swear to God, if she ruins them too, I will cry.
The red one?
What?
The red bud? Which character are you talking about?
No, the 2 7 deadly sins that were near all the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, you know they dead.
First, we have Asmodeus. Bro, you are not lust. What is this? That's not how lust is because I really like 7 deadly sins. And
I like how they were portrayed in the finale of season 1. Oh no, where they were all evil.
Except for Beelzebub.
Oh yeah. Wait, who's that?
The sin of gluttony.
Oh yeah.
I'll talk about her later, but Asmodeus, what do you mean you... Oh yeah, I don't fuck with that love potion shit. When you are lust, you don't care about people's consent. Because basically what lust is, you only care about your feelings, not the other person. It's kind of like how child predators are with children, okay?
The daily life of a YouTuber. Yes, I took that poke for someone else. And I think you know if you know.
Anyway, Beelzebub? What? I'm not saying that gluttony can't be skinny because there are different forms of gluttonous.
And do you guys really want the character design to be on a toilet?
So, I don't care if she's skinny. That's not what I'm saying. Is that at first we see her making people overconsumption, which is basically what gluttony is. Which is good for the character. At first, I was starting to like the episode. I was like, oh yeah, she's finally gonna do something good with the characters. Until it gets to that part.
Oh yeah, didn't she get a pass for being a hellhound even though they're lower?
Yes, that's also a problem. But then it comes to the Blitzo scene where she's fucking worried about him. Girl, weren't you the one overconsumptioning everyone else? Now you're worried about, the main character Blitzo. What? Makes no sense to me, but I digress. Mammon is the only exception for this because he actually acts like a villain.
And he's a douchey asshole.
And then everyone hates him? I thought this was hell, okay?
I thought this was hell. This is like...
This is also the same for Valentino and Hazbin Hotel.
Like, okay, I mean, we don't condone his actions, but...
Yeah, obviously not. I'm human,
but if we say that to people, they're gonna say, but it's hell, right?
Then what about Valentino? It's hell, right? So you should excuse his actions too, right? And Mammon too, right? That's what I'm trying to say. I will also bring I will also bring Lucifer into this because that is not an example of pride, which is what Lucifer is.
He's just an awkward dad.
Yeah, sure. And it's also said in the actual Bible, which is what she's actually taking from Hazbin Hotel. Shut the fuck up, everyone.
Fallen angel.
He's a fallen angel. Even though that's kind of what Adam is, but we don't get more on Adam for some reason. And he's somehow the villain.
Also, Adam shouldn't be the villain. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I felt like it should have been reversed, but I guess that's your story, and sure.
Also, if you want it to be like that, do not make Adam a villain. He's the first human. What the fuck?
Yeah, shouldn't he be trying to help?
Also, why are there 2 different women for the first woman?
That makes no sense. I feel like Lilith's like the fucking OC in this, but I digress.
Maybe they're twin sisters, and she's trying to make a plot twist with that.
Maybe.
Look, I'm calling them now. They are twin sisters. Or unless that's an angel pretending to be.
No, it said that Lilith was the first human before Eve came along. I don't know.
No, they're twins. I swear.
So, I don't know.
They're twins. God calling it.
Anyway, lastly is Satan. What do you mean he has that therapy? He's wrath! Let him do his anger shit! Don't make him calm down! Make him have more anger! This is pissing me off! I'm sorry.
I thought Satan was not a dragon.
No, there's different forms of Satan. You can do whatever with Satan's design. It's just that you have to make them still act like each other, but I guess I digress. I don't care. I want to do Veronica as well. I'm bringing Veronica into this.
I forgot to talk about her. I guess I didn't really give a fuck about her then.
Veronica, what in the hypocritism? Like I said in Luna's argument, why does she make every freaking character a hypocrite and excuses their actions? Making me pissing me off, Poyamo.
Subayu.
God. Oh my god. I have a lot about Veronica. First off, you're a succubus. You can get anyone you want. Yet you're still pining over Blitzo. What? It makes no sense for her to still pine after Blitzo if she's a fucking succubus and can get over it. Sure. Oh yeah, people have feelings too. But wasn't she a Hellborn if she's a succubus? But I don't know the full lore, so shut the fuck up. If she's not a Hellborn, I don't care. And like, you sexually assaulted Moxie? I'm bringing that up again. So, I don't understand why you're saying Blitzo's the villain of your story or something like that. PMO, pissing me off. Oh my god. Veronica is not a good character. Do not defend her in any way. So.
Wait, also, the way that she only showed up after the whole Stolas and Blitzo thing and not be angry over Blitzo's doing the other things. Remember when she showed up for the first time?
Yeah.
For the first time.
Shut up. Also, I would like to recommend this song. The song is kind of bad, by the way. Veronica and shut up. And her boyfriend. Oh wait, not her boyfriend. I'm so sorry. I mixed up the two. Her bodyguard, which is Beelzebub's boyfriend. I'm so sorry.
For some reason.
You weren't there, so I don't know why you were defending Stolas when you weren't there. What if Stolas did something wrong and you're defending the one who is the attacker? Which is kind of reminding me of my own situation, by the way. My own sexual assault.
Where your friends, where your quote-unquote friends.
Ex-friends.
I mean, your ex-friends defended.
When they weren't a part of the relationship and they don't know what I've been through or what my ex has been through. I am defending my ex because they keep on assuming, oh yeah, they're innocent or they were sexually assaulted. Makes no sense to me, but you defend your friend. Get out of my life. Don't talk to me ever again, okay? I'm struggling with depression enough. I'm so sorry. You can cut that out, Crystal, if you want.
No.
Okay, that's basically my little rant over the characters.
Oh dear, we're going to the next section.
Oh no. Oh no!
We have only 3 relationships, cause
I want to add more.
no, we ain't doing that. And besides, do you really think I'm gonna record on much screens? That's what I thought. The first ship, Stolas and Blitzel. What a ship. That should never be the main focus. However, if they really wanted to make a canon, they should not even done the way they did it. It should have been what other shows portrayed toxic relationships.
This is the worst ship. This is why Stolas freaking ensued the sexual elements of the relationship due to the grimoire, and Stolas also ignored Bliss's boundaries multiple times, which I have also felt, so shut the fuck up if you're gonna talk about, oh, you have never done that before, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Stolas also, what the fuck? That's all I gotta say for Stolas. But Blitz is definitely not innocent since he used Stolas for the grimoire. And that's basically really all I really know about the ship. But I know that Blitz is also still in the wrong, so don't only blame Stolas. So shut up.
Also, to say that the way the show portrays that the relationship is bad, even though Stolas could have said that he was only using Blitz because that's how the hell in
Hierarchy.
that hierarchy should see it, right? For some reason, because imps are not seen as.
Even though Beelzebub and her boyfriend got a pass for some reason.
And when Fizzerali and
Asmodeus started dating, they also got a pass.
by the imps.
For some reason.
And there was no consequences. So I'm not sure why Stolas and Blitz got the consequences for dating.
They made no sense.
And also, they're not even dating. Because
they're
just using each other.
They're using them for each other for their own benefit. So shut the fuck up.
So wouldn't that be seen as a good thing in hell?
Because technically it's hell, right? It's
because hell isn't decent. Anyway, the next one. Millie and Moxie, a somewhat decent couple that was slightly ruined by an episode, which you should know you know, because you're telling me that because Moxie had a jealous became jealous over Millie, and that caused the argument, which I understand.
Millie had the right to run away from him.
Because you're telling me that you're angry at your partner
for doing something they like now.
Yeah, and actually want to do. So you're telling me that Bibsy Pop is angry at Millie for being her own character?
She doesn't know how to write female characters, like I said.
And do you want to say your thoughts?
They're decent. That's all I have. And that's all they ever will have. Because they're sidelined!
We have Asmodeus and Fizzerali. It was weird when they introduced it as Fizzerali, who acted childish, which we never seen. But then again, those could be just robots of him. But then
no, that's
again,
his real self because he only has robotic limbs.
No, I meant like the finale episode. That wasn't his. Was that a robot or not?
No, the robots are gone. What do you mean? He
doesn't work the robots. No, like before Mammon.
No. There's only one scene of the robot.
Well, that's it?
Yeah, with Blitzo and the robot.
I'm very confused because
all the other scenes were Fizzerali, just normal Fizzerali.
Okay, I guess it's because the eyes, right? The eyes?
Yeah, the eyes.
Really cringe.
I believe Fizzerali likes to roleplay as a child, which, one, gross, because why? Why are you acting like a child?
And I thought it was frowned upon, because, if you act like a child for love purposes.
No less in front of audience, which is us, because no one else saw it. Kind of like how Inquisitor Master does now, which is from the Levi thing, okay? I've watched it.
Oh, yeah, the VTuber.
Yeah. From that one thing you showed me.
Yeah, that was weird art, man.
Because, what the frick? Ew! Also, I don't like how Ozzy plays into it. Because, what in the child X adult? Just complete and utter disappointment. They could have made it better, but no.
It should have been like the opposite of Stolas and Blitzo. They're like the healthier version of them, right? They should have done it like that, right?
Yeah, that way, when Blitzo sees their relationship, he wants their relationship. And
So,
tries to convince Stolas to do that with him, but Stolas being the privileged asshole he is, doesn't want to do that, and that's when they break up, okay? And if you want them to go back together, give Stolas character development and give Blitz some time, okay?
Yeah,
Jeez, it's not easy!
I mean, we seen from that X episode that he has a lot of X's. So I'm not sure why he's
the apology tour one?
Yeah. Wait, that was apology tour?
Yeah, that was apology.
Anyway, that's all. What do you want to sign off? Fuck you, Silas! I want to watch Transformers now. Goodbye.
Bye! I hate everything that has to do with SA or anything rape related, so shut the fuck up, everyone.
Yay!